And I just have so much passion for the Dream Manager and the program and what it has to offer. And if you just give it just a little bit of commitment, it can open so many doors.
This is Lead with Culture. I'm Kate Volman, and on this episode, we're talking to another one of our amazing Dream Managers. Heather Yonkman is the Tribal Member Benefits Administrator for Pine Creek Indian Reservation. She's been with the tribe for over 5 years. She also serves as their Dream Manager. So we talked about the impact the Dream Manager program is having within their organization, why it's important, and how they're planning to expand. Enjoy the episode. All right, Heather, before we dig in, why don't you just share with everybody, what is your role over there at Pine Creek Indian Reservation?
I work in the finance department. That's my background, is in finance, but I work as a benefits administrator for the tribal members. We have about 1,100 tribal members registered or enrolled right now.
And how did you discover the Dream Manager? Like, what's your journey into the discovery of this program?
I think I sent you an email a couple of years ago and told you the beginning of my journey, but I'll expand on that. So my CEO came back from a trip and he had read the Dream Manager book on a flight, and he came back, and remember, he's the CEO. So you don't say no to the CEO when he says, hey, do you want me to read this book? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Because I've got all the time in the world. No intentions of doing anything more except for saying yes. So I read the book, and he came back a week later. He's like, hey, let's do this course. Let's get certified. I was like, oh my goodness. So I said, okay, I'll do it. And he's like, it's 2 days. In my head, I'm just shrieking. I can't believe I'm doing this. So I'm like, okay, we're going to get Dream Manager certified. I had no intentions of following through with this. I was going to be non-committal. I didn't want to do it at all. So we do that. And I'm like, okay, I got through that. I'm good. And 2 weeks later, I get this notification that I'm signed up for a year with this Dream Manager, this Michelle girl. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And I just got sucked in, and I'm so committed that I wanted to do the second year. The first year, my notes are like, okay, I'll go along with it. I'll do whatever she wants me to do. I'm an overachiever. But I got to tell you, this has changed my life 180 degrees. It's just, I'm inspired. Working with Michelle every day gives me the perseverance to not only move forward with what I want to do, and even what I didn't know I wanted to do. I've achieved so much over the last 2 years that we just started our third year together.
I think it's so interesting that most people, when their CEO or someone in their organization gives them the book and they say, hey, we want to do this program, they're excited to do the program. Heather was not so excited to do the program. So what happened when you went to certification? Like, what was that experience for you?
It was really great, and I really enjoyed it. I was fully committed to it, and I really enjoyed the interaction, and I did learn a lot. And when I commit to something, I'm all in. But I just didn't have the mindset to move forward. And my job is very demanding, and I am very busy. And so taking on that extra bit of work, even though it's only 1 hour a month, was just so overwhelming to me. But everything just changed after just a few months. When I realized during the Dream Manager certification, I wrote in the journal that we get just a few things, random dreams. And 3 or 4 months in, I realized that I had achieved a couple of those. And it was amazing. I've achieved so many dreams in the last 2.5 years. My biggest accomplishment that I'm so proud of, and Michelle will tell you how hard I worked, I got my master's degree in 7 months. I was over 50. I hadn't been to school in 30 years, and I didn't think I could do it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this.
That is so amazing. And what I think is so interesting about this particular story is that, like a lot of people who want to implement a program and help their people grow, to help their people dream again, it's so easy for us to think, oh my gosh, I don't have the time to focus on my dreams. I don't have the time to do some other program. I don't have the time for another certification or whatever that is. But the fact that you came and you embraced it while you were there to really discover, one of the reasons that Matthew created the Dream Manager, he made it so intentional about making it simple, because life can be so complicated and we have so many things to do and so much on our plate. We need that reminder of, let's get back to simple. And what does that mean? That means that we're going to spend time and focus on the dreams that we have for our lives. If you're listening, Heather is talking about Michelle. Michelle is Heather's Dream Manager. It's her Dream Manager. It's her coach. And so you are a dream manager. So not only have you been able to achieve so much of your dreams, you are a coach for your dreamers. And what has that experience been like for you?
It's an amazing journey. In fact, it didn't start out as me being a coach. It started off with me implementing some of the Dream Manager into the financial literacy that I do for my tribal members. It has made the biggest difference, and it's allowed me to learn how to be a better coach, and just taking little segments of Dream Manager and implementing it into my own financial literacy 8-week course. And then, of course, working with Michelle and learning just so many amazing tricks of the trade from her. And then moving into the coaching aspect of it has just been a natural progression for me. And I use it more than just in coaching and financial literacy. I use it every day. I'm dealing with people in every aspect of my life.
I love that. All right. So you have achieved some dreams. I love that you were like, wait a second, months have gone by. I actually have achieved some of this stuff. This is what coaching is about, right? It's you identify your dreams and then you have a coach that is holding you accountable to actually achieving those dreams. Talk about your life. What was life like before Dream Manager and then life after Dream Manager when you actually had a Dream Manager coach really encouraging you to go after your dreams?
Before Dream Manager, it was less purposeful in so many ways. It's not that I didn't have a purpose, but now my purpose is intentional. And I talk about being intentional a lot with my Dream Manager coach because it encompasses every aspect of my work, my Dream Manager coaching, my financial literacy, and being intentional. That's one of the biggest lessons that I learned from Michelle. Meeting people where they are has been instrumental in me being successful in transitioning from just talking to people to actually being a coach. My mantra for this year, Michelle and I did, is why not? Everything is possible now. I feel like I sound like I'm like part of a cult or something, but I just have so much passion for the Dream Manager and the program and what it has to offer. And if you just give it just a little bit of commitment, it can open so many doors.
Yeah. For people who haven't bought into having a dream manager or coaching, what do you feel like something that is holding them back from making that commitment in their lives?
The same thing that was holding me back. I thought that I didn't have the time. So you either make the time or you make excuses. And I found that just making the time made me realize that I needed this in my life for balance, a work-life balance. And Dream Manager is all about making your life what you want it to be, whether it's at work, spiritually. I found so much of myself and the spiritual aspect. And it's all about balance. And for those who aren't completely sold on it, I want to just tell people, just go through the first 2 sessions with me because I've got a lot of passion for it. And I found that once they go through the first 2 sessions, they want to go further. And it feels so good because I'm like, I was right.
What's so cool is that you're inviting people to dream again. And when you speak about how most people are just living these lives of we're busy, 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 we don't think that it's possible, we're inviting people to see what's possible for them. And when you are encouraging people to dream again, that is what brings out those possibilities. You're like, oh my gosh, so many people have lost that muscle of dreaming. Not only that they can dream, but I think so often we think that dreams mean things like, I need to live on a $10 million mansion with my yacht. No, your dreams are like your dreamers. What are some of the dreams that your dreamers have?
One of the big ones is financial stability. They didn't think that they could obtain. And taking them through the Dream Manager and then breaking the dreams down into small increments is something that they've never learned. That's been a really big piece of bringing them in, is they realize that they can make that small change and those small changes add up and they realize their dreams. And I love to see when they realize that.
Yeah. Financial freedom is probably on all of our clients' dream list, right? Everyone wants that financial freedom, and financial freedom looks different for different people. It's a different number for everyone, and we have to recognize that and give them permission to realize, hey, you can achieve this. It is possible. It probably doesn't look the way that they think it has to look. They think that financial freedom means $100 million. That is actually not true. And so you get to help them see that. And then some of the other dreams that we see so common among so many of our clients is They want to be healthy and fit. They want to buy their first home. They want to have a better relationship with their spouse. That was something this year that we've seen a lot of, is that people really wanting to build better relationships. And these are all the things that we tap into with the Dream Manager program. Now, obviously, you've seen it because you've experienced it. You shared with us that one of your dreams that you achieved was to get your master's degree. So, what are some of the other dreams that maybe you've been putting off for so many years and you finally gave yourself permission and put them on the list and went after them?
When I made my dream list, there were so many things, learning a second language, getting my master's degree. I never thought I was going to achieve those. Honestly, I just wrote them down. I just wanted to appease people. But my gosh, it's possible. So this year I'm focusing, like you said, on my health and wellness. I have lost 40 pounds since February 6th because I am so focused. And it's not about losing weight. It's about getting healthy. And one thing that Michelle has driven home since day one is health is wealth. And it just hit me this year. I'm not getting any younger. I want to focus on that. I broke it down. We've worked an entire session on it. Like, how am I going to get there? And I did everything. And I'm seeing the results. You either make time or you make excuses.
You make time or you make excuses. Absolutely. That is so wonderful. So obviously you go through the program for a year and then you said, "Yep, absolutely. I'm going to continue to do the program." You did it for the second year and now you are going into your third year of Dream Manager coaching. So obviously you're continuing to make the investment. So it is worth the investment for you since you're continuing to do the program. Tell us a little bit about what have you seen over the past 3 years? What are some of the changes that you've seen?
I have grown spiritually tenfold. And that really is close to my heart because I've always been a spiritual person, but I found a different perspective that fills my heart with so much joy. I'm able to be more open about it. And each year it's only gotten stronger. And I don't talk about it a lot, but that's my biggest accomplishment. It's near and dear to my heart.
That's so awesome. What are some of the challenges that you maybe have been facing in life that because of your Dream Manager program, you've been able to overcome differently or more quickly than before?
I have so many. It's small baby steps, gaining confidence, meeting people where they are. That was my last year's mantra, was meet people where they are. And that included myself. I'm an overachiever. I need to do things, and I have learned to give myself the space to grow and forgive myself and just be more open. And communication has been a huge key to that. And I've learned so much about communication. That was a big obstacle. I had a lot of issues with my professional course, and I've been able to align my dreams to work with my professional course that I want. Things just have been aligned more. The difficulties, I've been able to work through them just by achieving other dreams and knowing what's important.
It's that intentionality, it's that self awareness. Why is this such a powerful program for people to consider individually and also to bring it to their organization?
I really feel like your work-life balance is really important. And when people say they don't have time because their work is just so busy, you need that balance. And this program allows you to have that balance because you're focusing on yourself, but you're also investing in yourself and in your company by becoming the best version of yourself. And it's important for my company because we are investing in our employees. There are so many employees. I'm not sure what the number is. I'm sure you do, of how many employees have been certified or gone through the program, but we're finding that work-life balance. And I think we're happier, more satisfied, and it's made all the difference.
Yeah. When we think about leadership and leaders, it's what is it worth for leaders to have a team of whole, happy people in all areas of life? Not just that they're growing professionally, but that they actually, like you've talked about spirituality and your health and fitness. If you're healthier, you're happier, you have a good spiritual life, you have a good energy. We talk about all of those different pieces throughout Dream Manager. When you have someone that is a complete person that feels very fulfilled in all of those areas, that's worth a lot for a leader because they're showing up fully themselves. They're filling up being productive and engaged in their work life because they're engaged in their personal life.
Absolutely. If you're happier with your personal life, like work doesn't seem like work and you bring that positive attitude with you. And people see that. People have seen a huge difference in me at work. I'm just more engaged. I'm more accepting. I'm more confident, and I do a better job.
Well, I'm so happy that you're going through third year of Dream Manager. So you have a dream manager for life. Why would you ever stop having a dream manager? It's an hour out of your day that you get to talk about your favorite subject, you.
I know. And my dream manager is so inspiring. And I think that's what just led me to want to do more because she wanted more for me. She didn't have expectations. She wanted more for me. And she has such a passion for doing this and helping people and taking them through this journey that it just inspired me to want to do more. And I hope there's a fourth year. If there's not, I don't know what I'll do.
Oh, no, we'll do. You're here for life. You could just keep on going. Well, that's the thing is that making that kind of investment in yourself, I know can be scary for people because most people have not invested any amount of money in their personal development and growth. Most people just haven't. And so to make an investment to have a dream manager is a big deal for most people that decide to finally get a dream manager. But then once you have it and you recognize that I can take an hour to really focus on me and my dreams. And I love that you shared that only after a couple of months you woke up and thought, oh, I've achieved some of this stuff. And it didn't happen overnight, it happened over time as you were building that relationship with your coach. What's so interesting is that why do we need a coach? We need a coach because not only do they push us, every dream manager wants more for their people because they recognize and see the brilliance inside of you and inside of your people. And that is what you, Heather, get to do for your dreamers too, right? Is to recognize their brilliance and to encourage them that it is possible to build that bigger, better future for themselves. And you get to not only believe that and start to see that and build that belief system in yourself, but you also are getting encouragement and being held accountable. Prior to having a dream manager, it was easy for you to just make excuses and be okay with the excuses because the only person was you. But when you know you have to show up and talk to Michelle and say, hey, did you or didn't you do this? As an overachiever like you are, you don't want to do that.
And that's why I did the work, but the work paid off. After that 3 or 4 months, like I was doing the work and I was meeting her expectations. And then things just started to happen because I learned to be the best version of myself. I did. I am the best version of myself. Thank you to Dream Manager. And I'm grateful to my company as well because they've supported me in this and they've allowed me to continue. They've provided for me not only financially, but they've also provided the time. And even with my education, my company provided me 1 day a week, fully devoted. I didn't have to work to my studies. And so that made it possible too. So everything fell in line. So I'm grateful to my company for supporting me and allowing me to do this.
I love that. Yes. They know if they feed into you and if they give you that opportunity to get coached, to have a coach, to pursue your dreams, to pursue what it is that you want personally, they know that you're going to stay there. Think about the kind of trust and loyalty that builds when they're saying, hey, Heather, we care about you enough that we're going to invest in a coach for you because it obviously makes you better, not just a better team member, a better person. And so that's a beautiful thing.
It doesn't hurt that it's the CEO that's backing me and brought me into this journey.
That's always a good thing. It's CEOs like yours that give me so much faith and hope in the world and in business because with so many bad leaders and so many leaders or managers that are out there that just continue to micromanage or just don't really create a coaching culture where they feel like they want to really support their people. There are those people out there, but there are so many leaders that care deeply about their people, that want their people to grow, that understand the importance of it, that believe that coaching matters. They want to create that coaching culture. And so it sounds like over there at Pine Creek Indian Reservation, you guys have that culture, which is great because now you attract more people, more overachievers like Heather to come and work for that organization. So that is another benefit of having this program and personal development for your team.
Just as a side note, our CEO goes through the orientation process with every new hire and he introduces the Dream Manager program and says, start thinking about it because you're going to go through it.
Oh, I love it.
It plants that seed. And then I come in and I say, if anybody talks to you about Dream Manager, embrace it. Just take it because it will change your life.
I love it. Oh, well, Heather, I am so grateful for you because you are such an advocate of the Dream Manager program. And I love that you love to shout it from the rooftops how much it's made an impact in your life. And so we are grateful that you continue to do that and talk about the program and how much you really love it. Obviously, our mission is to get it into the hands of as many leaders and organizations as possible. So you're helping us fulfill our mission here at Floyd. So thank you so much for all that you do. And I'm just happy that you love the program and just to hear the impact that it's had on your life.
Thank you. It has. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, you're awesome. Keep doing great work. And we're excited. What is one of the big dreams that you want to accomplish this year?
My big dream, it's a 5-year dream, and I've dreamt it my entire life, and I'm going to make it happen. I've got 2 more years. I'm going on an African safari. I have it all planned out, and I've had this dream since day one. And so I've been working on it almost 3 years. I've got 2 more years. I will be there.
I love it. I see you there. I can envision it. I can see it. That reminds me of one of my favorite Matthew Kelly quotes where he says, "We overestimate what we can accomplish in a year and underestimate what we can achieve in a decade." And I love that you have that 5 year, you've been working towards it because the day to day stuff can get hard. But when we have that dream and we see that vision for our 3, 5 year plus plan, it encourages us every day to remember that, yeah, it's those little things every day. And now all of a sudden you're like, wait a second. And Heather, you're going to wake up and be like, I'm on the safari. Like, how did that happen?
I've had that dream forever, but I never did anything about it. I never made any plans. I have it detailed out to the last dollar and the last moment. And we work on it. We fine tune it several times a year, and I'll be there. I think it's 2 years from this month.
And there you have it. Dreams achieved, lives changed. I love these episodes because it's so inspiring to listen to our Dream Managers talk about the growth their people are having, the impact that the Dream Manager program is having within the organization. And what's so cool is that people recognize that it starts working immediately. And it makes sense, right? Because when you start to interact with your people in a different way and you start to ask them about their dreams, they show up at work differently. And that's what people experience. And it happens time and time again with everybody that we work with because this program was really created and designed to roll out simply, effectively. We can teach anybody that cares about their people to be a great dream manager and to really help their people thrive, which obviously helps their organization thrive as well. So if you are interested in learning more about the Dream Manager program, and if it's something that would really work within your organization, as long as you show up and put in the work, it absolutely will. If you're interested in learning more, please go to thedreammanager.com. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We so appreciate you. And until next time, lead with culture.